Hi guys, welcome to this ISO builder. It's holiday for us, and that means most of the time that in July and August I make a new ISO builder. So this is it. Yesterday night I could not resist, and there we go. So we're starting from scratch again with a new ISO from September already as a number, but you know, it's rolling. It doesn't matter what number it is. And this is its creation date, so the birthday of this SSD. Archcraft contacted me and said, look, we've got a new let's think, we have a new ISO. And I said, okay, so let's do that. Let's see what I have already. So the core, probably then, Archcraft, there it is. So this one, that one, voila. And let's go for a new. So it's a new release. So if you want to try it out, be my guest. I've reorganized my structure here. And now it's in projects, Arch ISO. No, not Arch ISO, one up. It's all ArcoLinux, right? That's the view these days. That's the one, 0718, so from yesterday. All right, a new ISO from yesterday, always fun to install something new. And there we go. So you can have all these options. You can always learn by using tab and see what's behind it. What's important is the cow space size, 5 gigabytes. So that means you can update some things and install some things, try out some stuff that's interesting for the ISO builders. And for the rest, I don't have NVIDIA, so this is VirtualBox. No, line number 1 would be suitable. This is called Plymouth for the guys who want to build their own ISOs. That's something new that I haven't explained, but surely it's somewhere online. And of course, it's always on the Arch Wiki. That's one of the reasons why I came to Arch. Gen 2 would be another reason. Also a lot of tutorials there, but a lot of compiling as well. And well, yeah, frankly, I don't want to exert my PC that much. So very beautiful banner or welcome app, right? And then we launch Calamares. Thanks to this Swiss knife, many Linux distributions can actually do their stuff and get things done, right? This is a new thing we have to take in account. The guys at Calamares know it, but there is no solution yet. So it's an extra click that we need to do. The system language will be set to English. Antigua Barbuda, no. So it used to be, and it has to be again, ENUS. So you go and scroll through it. Oh, that one, right? Okay, so this is something to remember for all the installations you do with Calamares, so not just this one. Oh yeah, it's gonna be taking a while. ENUS, there's GP here, and a little bit down there, that one. United States, or of course you want something else, right? These are my settings. Just want to say that changed. Next, this is normal, has to do with another package, right? Has nothing to do with Calamares, but something it relies on. So if you want to know if your keyboard is right, just start typing AZT, should be coming up, right? Next. Gonna erase everything, no swap. Can make this a little bit bigger. If I can. There he is. So maybe a message to the developer of Archcraft, you make the Calamares a little bit bigger, then we don't have to stretch it out and everything fits into the window size. Ext4, voila, choices, why not take something else? And then no swap, voila. Next we go. log in automatically. Yeah, we want to be greeted. And then this is the magic, right? This is where tons, I mean dozens, 20, 30, 100 people made, created, and of course a few are the really core builders, right? But a lot of people work together on CalMars so that we can use it for free, I might add, and that's great. So join the communities if you want to know more about Archcraft. It's a beautifully designed operating system, all kind of pop-ups and menus, and you're gonna look for stuff here. Welcome to Archcraft, and launch it. With an enter, you launch it again. Launch ABIF. ABIF is another installer. It's voila, like this. It's a CLI, so command line interface. But I thought it wasn't updated anymore. Maybe he's updating it, I don't know. But in many ways, and there's the Archlinux way, there's the Arch install, there's the ALCI, there's the Eraser. On ArcoLinux.info we explain you 42 ways to install Arch on your system. And that's what we do, right? Share knowledge. We're gonna install later on the Archlinux Tweak Tool, because frankly, if you work on a project like ArcoLinux for 5 years, you recognize that we have more similarities than we have differences. So it's all Archlinux in the end, and you choose whatever package, whatever elements, whatever configs, keyboard shortcuts, I mean anything, right down to kernels. We have the toggle log, and that's now in detail. I believe it wasn't, so cool, that's changed, great, because now we can follow a little bit, right? We know already here the version, and it goes on and goes on, and if something is happening to the system, because it's a Swiss knife, but Swiss knives can break and then we see some code. And please guys, if you see this pop up, put it online. If you think that's a real error, right? Not because the hard disk is full or the internet broke down, stuff like that, no. But if you really think there's something essentially wrong, then put it on github.com calamares/calamares and tell these guys that, because then it's the only way to improve is to solve issues. And then sometimes hardware, right? SSD of type X is not working, and have to figure out what to do in that case. You're Brussels. You learn a little bit, right? A little bit of code. Sometimes you can analyze some stuff. Locale is something you should know. Arch, Linux, Wiki, Locale, right? That's where we send you. That's where the knowledge is. Also, if you see things like that, Arch Linux make init CPO. What is that? Be curious. If you're curious about one thing every day for a year, you know 365 things. Restart now. Bam. And then we go for our Archlinux Tweak Tool. So either you say to the computer, which is maybe better, get rid of this, then boot up. Then we boot up immediately in the grub. Now, voila. So Lxdm, and as of now, let's see what sessions, what desktops we have. The availability of BSPWM and OpenBox, right? That's it. That's enough. And it's always a good idea to have a proper, and making these acclamations in the air, desktop and a tiling window manager. If one fails, you go to the other and you learn. I was already surprised last time about the beauty of it. So let's take a look and log into these social things, and of course support, guys. If you're have this one rule, maybe think about it. What if you're using a distro for over a year and you say this is it, right, for yourself, for your purposes? Then consider paying €1 every month. How about that? €1, and everybody does that, then the show can go on, so to speak. All right, let's go to a terminal. So as usual, you update and we try if that works, right? Okay, and then we go back to the way of ArchLinux. This is the command. And then we look around and we see Archcraft, Core, Extra, Community, Multilib. Those 4 Arch. First one Archcraft, last one Garuda. Chaotic AWR is a repository of Garuda. So all the kernels, many kernels, like 60, 70 kernels, you can all try them out and have fun with it. We can have a look if you want. I could do a quick tap, that's it. Then I stop, right? These are all Linux kernels you can try out. Now, how about Yay? Is Yay installed? Yay is installed. Paru, Pain is not installed. So Yay, ArchLinux Tweak. Let's see if we can make this bigger. That's the button, and that is Control Plus. Voila. Just build it. Now we are going to test the development version, and if that's all good, then we're going to release the development version. The last days have been work under the hood. Nothing has been added, but everything has changed. Like thousands of things have changed, but nothing, well, almost nothing visually in the front end. All right. Now we have the ArcoLinux repositories available as well. 3 extra lines, meaning Archlinux Tweak Tool can be downloaded, EndeavourOS keyring, EndeavourOS mirror list, XeroLinux mirror list. So we can add more to our shop. And Pacman is a package manager, and if you have more repositories, you can install more. And then we're going to go for the development version. So this is still the official version. The dev version is what we want to test. And then we're gonna replace this, a little bit less, might be, cleaning out of code. Archlinux Tweak Tool, we launch it and we try it out. So nothing to auto start. We can install on Archcraft, Amos, first remove PyCon. Let's see, is that installed still, right? Otherwise I'll update the text. So you go pacman minus remove. Let's see what's installed. Yeah, so that's still true. And if we remove it, I'm gonna test it, what happens if it's not removed. But if I just want to show you this without installing as well, things will always conflict if you can't install something. So in here is a list, and all these 28 desktops, there's a list behind it. Install me this. And if on whatever distro you are, and if a package conflicts with another package, you get this. And it waits for something, right? There is no artificial intelligence behind this. And we need to think and say, okay, maybe there's a conflict and that's why it won't install, because we are asking to sudo pacman -s stuff to install BSPWM is there already, to install Cinnamon, and so on. So I'm gonna make it, let's see what happens, because I've changed some code and who knows, right? So awesome, install, and see if that works. Let's see, no conflict. Alacrity. I see no Pycom in here. Here. So there's Pycom in here, and the thing is, right, we got it installed, I think. We got it installed, so we got it covered. To be really sure, right, we're just gonna go there. Up, log out, enter, yes, I'm sure. And then you go to here. Awesome. And there we go. Control T. Yep, Pycom is working, right? It's transparent. So we can get rid of the red line for Archcraft. That's good. ATT doesn't exist here. It's a alias that we have. Bit quicker. Might I suggest also this, right? 3 things to fix things if the Lxdm. So these are all about the login manager, the display manager. ArchWiki display manager, ArchWiki Lxdm, ArchWiki Lxdm, right? Learn about these things. So this is covered. And these 3, if there is a problem, and these are all here, Lxdm, 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 then you can try to do that. If ATT, right, doesn't launch, you learn that. But we hope with all the code we've put in there that it will launch, of course. Install the keyring. At some point in time, as I was sitting in front of a machine, I couldn't update the keyring because the key from the keyring was invalid, right? So now I can. There is a user shares the package. It's there, right? I can install it. And even if there is an online connection, right, I can get it from online, right? So I have 2 safeguards to actually get things going, because the keys on anything Arch is important. And this is our config to get rid of any error possible. This is a clean slate solution. Delete this, delete that, go over it again, populate everything again. And this might take, this little bit down here might take a little bit. So don't stop the process. Don't think it's hanging. It's not hanging. It's just doing its job, right? So wait for it. It even happened to me that I thought, oh, it's hanging, it's hanging. It wasn't. Luckily, I was doing something else, looking at the screen, some other project, and suddenly, poof, it's finished. And thank God, it's in the video as well. So this is normal. This takes a while. And there you go. Done. You can close this window. If you don't close this, you can't continue here. So in our, I haven't explained that yet. Let's do that first. Super Q. Let's go to desktop number 2. What is important for all the ArcoLinux configurations and all the desktops? Super Enter. Terminal. Super Shift Enter. Toolbar. Super Shift D. The D menu. Escape. Super X. Getting out. Locking. Hibernating. Escape. That's it. All right, and all the rest, this is awesome. You learn about awesome. You go in here and you read everything that you need to know. This one and this one is the first you read. All right. Super Shift Q and Super Q. All right. Set mainstream. We've got these 4 Arch Linux servers. Okay. And if you want them back, what was there, there's always a backup. Always. .back. It's back now. And we communicate here in a terminal, of course, if you launch this from a terminal. So that's explained. I can't run RAID mirrors, but I can install it. Right? Aha. Okay, it's good, no problem. Next release. I've been really changing all the code and all the names, right? This is probably the name change. Yeah, you see? Button. Instead of another name, button run RAID mirrors, I've changed all the names. Arch mirrors to fan. I know what to do. And then you can later on rate the mirrors. Well, run RAID mirrors. It's basically the same thing as reflector, saying, okay, what is the fastest server around here? Belgium in my case. What's the fastest? Archlinux server, right? Nothing about Archcraft, Garuda, ArcoLinux, right? It's just Arch. And then we have the backup reset gpg.conf. So that's here. Take a look. We add some servers, basically. We add the Ubuntu server. That's still the one that's working, and all the others are not working. And this is for your local well, server. This is new in the sense that there is this top level where you can set, I want that cursor, and that's the user share icons default. And you have now this choice here to say, okay, I'm gonna go for Vmix Dark. And Vmix Dark is also quite a nice little thing. Alex appearance, mouse cursor as this thing, right? Apply, close, voila, I've got my Vmix cursor, which is my default as of a few days ago. So I've set to it to the system in default, this is it, but you need to reboot sometimes to apply depending on what you are. That's done. Grub. There is already a beautiful grub, so you don't need to do anything. But if you want to change the wallpaper, then there's an easy way to do that. And we're using the Vmix theme, which has many variants and many beautiful well, yeah, variants, and that's what we're doing, right? We're gonna apply the Vmix theme, and if that's okay, if everything is set, Grub knows what to do, you can just change the line inside it and say, okay, choose that wallpaper. So next time I will boot up and we'll get that wallpaper, but you can add more wallpapers. Just go ahead, no problem about this. This is just a window that opens up. And you move to the folders where the wallpapers are and you add it. It's coming in here, you select it. Again, of course, select and then apply. You always should do this, right? We should just do this. Super X. What we can do in the meantime as well, let's do an Archlinux, and we have tested that as well. It's next up anyway. And that's the fact that we can, Lxdm is active, not active, no, not present. Lxdm is active. I want to auto login next time around in Awesome. And the theme is Archcraft. I can install more stuff if I want, ArcoLinux Lxdm themes. That gives me more choices in life. But Archcraft is just fine. I can remove them again, and the list becomes smaller again. Keep the default. I can install more cursors, remove them again, install more cursors, remove them again. I'll just do the test so that it's done right. Voila, up there. And remove them again. Okay. Install them, others, different colors. And there they are, and they're gone again. Okay, Vmix Dark. So awesome, Archcraft, choices, apply, done. Now we have tested that as well. I want to auto login into Awesome. Quit. Sudo reboot. Sorry, did you see? The wallpaper. That was fast. Go back in the video. But we've got ourselves a new background. Now, also it works, right? Super X, log out. We're in Awesome. We've got this to greet us. But we can also choose something else. I am pressing now, which is not a good idea because I don't see a terminal then. Ctrl-Alt-E, that's our keyboard shortcut. Ctrl-Alt-E. My fingers know that before, right? But I better launch it like this, so we have a look at our Archlinux Tweak Tool. If there is a message, it's recorded in the video and I can go in the code and change it. So grub, log in. This has been dealt with, except the fact that we can install something else. And we could go for ArcoLinux Materia, which is actually beautiful, without changing anything. Right, quit, Super X, log out. Right, it's nice. But you can also add wallpapers. And there are so many wallpapers out there, right? So many backgrounds that are possible for you, for a greeter, basically, a display manager, login manager. And that we've put everything in here in the wall, because setting a wallpaper is always the same procedure. It's just writing it there, or writing it there, or writing it there. Now I'm gonna use simplicity for it. So we have another theme. So everything is saved to the proper files. And if you want another wallpaper, you can install more of them. This is a bunch of wallpapers, so I don't know, 150 megabytes or something. So it's downloaded. And you choose. Select and apply background. It knows you're an Lxdm, so this one is, the active one is selected, but you can go to the future system where you're going to later and set it as well. So it's a choice there. Freedom, right? I find it important. Select and apply background. Boom. Saved. Some explanations. It's called background 1. Now for the rest, you have, of course, you can go again to your own wallpapers. First go in here, select it, import it, and then select it here and then save it. Right? Always a possibility. Maybe we should do that later. Quit ATT, Super X, because this is the real test, right? The pre-release test. That was our beautiful login. So login, wall. Let's see what wallpapers they have here on Archcraft. Computer, user, share, backgrounds, or Archcraft, artworks, maybe. I don't think it was there. It was not there. So backgrounds, a lot of things. Let's go for Cyberpunk. The name alone, right? And then import. I know it's a game. I'm not completely ignorant. Is that it? I don't know. But it's often either in the beginning or in the end. I don't see it in the beginning, so it probably is this one. I don't recognize that one, so let's see. Oops. Let's see what happens. Ctrl-Alt-E, Arch. Oh, don't do that, Eric. Ctrl-T. If there are errors, come and join the Discord group and show us an image what's going on your end, so I can try to fix it. For this one, Lxdm, click. Lxdm is set, ArcoLinux simplicity, check, double save. So I wanted this one, select and apply background, and now it says Cyberpunk. Okay, then I feel more secure. Log out. Whoa, not that bad, not that bad. I'm greeted like this. Okay. Control Alt, no, don't do Control Alt E, do Control T, and then we can follow the text. So we try to be not a black box like other things, right? But an open box. Okay, you click here, this happens. You click there, that happens. There are even commands in here. Sudo pacman -s or R. You see what we do to a system, and I think that's important. That you have the feeling, okay, I mean, I'm still in control. I'm using this thing, but I'm still in control and know what's going on. Have we done everything? I think so. So this is only necessary if you have problems, right? Apply again the ATT configuration, or if you have your own, there's always a backup. If you see things like that, reset, it's .back file that we put back, or in this case, a complete lxdm.conf and the lxdm.conf.d kdsettings.conf. Those two, right? We are working. Oh, here it is. I was saying it out of my head, and here it is. So, well, we explain you a lot of things. So, yeah, you better read. I think we've tested this. So we're moving on. What if you want to switch to Lxdm? Now there's Lxdm greeter, and there's a slick greeter, and the slick greeter is also nice, and it's coming from Linux Mint. So if you want to have Lxdm, and this is new, if you want to have Lxdm, that's great, but at this point in time, no need to push anything, but this is there. If you break things, you can always go back and reset everything. Or if you have Lxdm, or if you had Lxdm, then it's the backup that's here that you can put back. So Lxdm, you can auto log in. Of course, again, you have to say in what to auto log in again. So awesome again. Theme name, let's take our dark, a lot of things, right? Depends, the pop-up, the box there is going to be dark or white. I rather like things to be dark. Icon theme, you choose your icon theme that you want, Luna Dark. This is all for the front end, right? For the login manager. It's not for the system, it's for the greeter. And you can use our own configuration, so you don't have to set anything. Click, boom, and it's the ATT config. We can install the slick greeter later on. Cursor theme again, Vmix Dark for example. And you can do two things as a backend. You can choose one of the 16,700,000 colors. If you select it, background color can be set for both. For both, not clear maybe. For slick and for light. So I'm gonna mental note. I'm gonna rewatch the video. For both and replace it by Lxdm, GTK greeter and slick greeter. We're not going to do this. Let's first look at the beautiful wallpaper that it provides out of the box. So Lxdm greeter, the only thing you will forget, that's enable it. For the guys who are more secure or more certain about Archlinux code, right? Sudo systemctl enable Lxdm. If you don't enable it, nothing will happen and you will stick to Lxdm. So that button is here. So we try to teach in all manners, in all ways, what we do and say. It's now enabled. Not right now, but when I reboot. Sudo reboot. The tool is getting big, right? The video is 35 minutes. So this is the new wallpaper. It's much nicer if you have a big screen. Trust me on that. Auto login into awesome. No, not auto login, because the color is white. Why is the color white? I'll have a look. So this is Lxdm greeter, the default from Arch. Nice, but no thanks, right? Whoa, let's go back out. This is not awesome. You have to set it in the beginning. Choose, of course, in the beginning. Up here, everything changed. Awesome is not there. That's strange. That is strange. Let's investigate. Alacrity, Archlinux Tweak Tool. Let's first get that wallpaper going. So login, Lxdm. Did I not apply settings? Oops. So auto login, yeah, sure, you can do that. Awesome. And there is no code. I've never saved this. Arc Dark, Luna Dark, I believe, and Vimix Dark. Apply settings. So don't forget this one, don't forget that one. And everything is saved. Then you see these texts and say, okay, right? But the wallpaper will be nice and black, which is okay. It's actually nice to have a wallpaper that's dark. So we have all these wallpapers here, but colors are nice as well. You choose or you import again an image. This car is actually something nice. Select and apply background. Background number 19. Quit ATT. I can actually log out then. Log out, let's have a look. Sure. And now it is black. So it was really the thing that I did not select it. Did not save it, did not save it, did not save it. Open box PSPWM. Why is Awesome not there? This has nothing to do with the ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. Pretty sure of that. But everything to do with Lxdm. Because the list of user, share, and X sessions says Awesome is there. It just doesn't show it. For whatever reason. ArcoLinux Tweak Tool. Let's go to the Slick Reader and see. So that's always a thing, right? It's not always possible to install SDM, Lxdm, GDM, Li on any system, right? I hear people saying I can't use Lxdm because of my hardware. I can't use SDM. So it's a choice, it's a need. It's not a choice really, it's actually a necessity, right? To have a certain thing and not use another thing. So now I've installed the Slick Reader from Lxdm, from Linux Mint, I mean. I have not tested the color yet as well. So remove Slick Reader. As easy as that. So we stick to Lxdm GTK Reader. Test the color first. And also more dark, Luna Dark. Okay, apply settings. So now it's a color that's saved. Quit ATT, Super X, log out. Super X works. Yes, I'm so glad. It's in the finger then. Wow, right? But what if you made it a little bit lighter gray than this one? That would be nice. It's all about the choices, right? The 60 million choices you can make. Slick Reader. Next one up. We go to login. We go to Lxdm. We go to get the stuff from Linux Mint. That's done. It's enabled. It's installed and enabled. And if you want to have a wallpaper, that's also a nice one. Select and apply. Quit ATT. No errors yet here. Super X, and then we restart, right? Because this is a new display manager. We need to really reboot. If you do that, if you switch, no way around it. You need to reboot. Maybe we should install DWM, see what happens. So it works, right? We're not awesome. We're unawesome. It is still there. The drop down doesn't show it. Wow, right? They've made something nice. Linux Mint is a real nice product and distro. Anyway, but this sleek reader thing, and again, right, the awesome thing is not there. Frustrating. But I assure it's there on ArcoLinux, for example. Now, this is beautiful, right? The wallpaper, the choice. Ouch. I think my fingers were not positioned right here. Ah, now there it is. That's my password. Then let's stick here, stay here, and then Archlinux Tweak Tool. The more stuff you have, it's worth mentioning that the bigger your operating system is, the more stuff it needs to read. If you have tons of icons and tons of themes, it's all gonna read them. All those elements, all these drop downs have to be filled in. And it will take longer, as simple as that, right? All these cursors. So think about that. Choose the cursor you like and stop. What was I thinking? We've done that, we've done that. The color of Slick Reader, we have not done that. So I said, why not something gray? I think that can be nice as well. So installed and active. So we're gonna write to the Slick Reader settings. We want this, that, apply settings, quit, Super X, log out, and yes. Voila, it's okay. I mean, if this would be a work computer, this would be much better. Just a gray screen and nobody is the wiser. Not that your holiday picture is gonna pass when colleagues are passing by. Wow, look, Eric. The dangers. "43 minutes. It's a big, starting to get a big application. Can do a lot with it, so it takes a while to explain and test everything. And that's what we're doing, right? It's pre-release. We've tested all that. Lxdm. Okay. So there's something else. Number 3, an Lxdm is used in Excel, I believe. So we are supporting 15 of these ISOs, and Excel is here. You can download it there and test it out. And Lxdm, again, right? The simplicity or the intuitivity, it's all the same. 2 buttons there to either set everything back ATT wise or set everything back URL wise. Whatever we found as Lxdm setting can be set back as a backup. We have our own Minimalo because, frankly, Lxdm provides just that one. And SDM we got Breeze, and it's a nice theme. It feels old, so we've made something else, something new. So Minimalo is there. We can select again the white or dark, for example, or arc dark is probably the one I would select by default without thinking. And there we go. Apply settings. Tell them to switch, right? We're not on Lxdm, it's inactive. So enable it. Quit ATT and sudo reboot. that's not recognized. Beautiful. Backtrace for CPU 7. Read from fork. If you don't want to wait on a virtual machine, right Control R. Right Control R. And off we go again. That's it, right? For now it has this logo, but maybe I'll just change it again without logo. And there we are. No, Eric, not Ctrl-Alt-E, Ctrl-Alt-T. The fingers always want to go there. And once you're getting to know the tiling window managers, you'll feel it's going to be faster, working faster than on a regular desktop like Mate and XFC and Plasma, because the fingers are already on the way and you're still thinking, right? This would be already an improvement, but let's take something dark. Let's take something dark, that's what I've not selected yet in any of my videos. This one, quit ATT, Super X, log out, and we got this. Okay. Luckily there are more themes. No, don't. There are more themes, and that's well, it's the only thing I can find on the AUR, to be frank. All right, and they're not all nice again. But there is this install Lxdm themes, so it's called Lxdm themes, and you get a little bit more, and just one, maybe two of these guys are good enough for me, for my standards. But let you choose whatever it is you like, and that will be okay. And again, set all the wallpapers for that particular theme. Remove the plain ones, or did we not install them? Let's remove everything so we see. So there's some colors and there's some plain, but there's more plain. And why? Because it's nice to have something not crowded, not colorful, just a slick greeter, right? And there's some arc references and there's some dark colors, but mainly a dark coloring selection. But you make more and you just import the image. We haven't done that yet. We have done that. It's the same thing everywhere. It's just same functionality. That will work. So you can say to the system, don't download there, don't download there. Gonna go get for everything from Singapore. Then it's like this, right? So where you want to get your packages from. To manage all the other mirror lists, rather than putting everything in here, there's a tool for that. So why reinvent the wheel? If there's a beautiful theme, we're in contact with this developer, he responded quickly for some changes, and voila. Why not just stick to Haze, which gives us a nice overview of everything that's available on this machine, and click here as well. So it's actually quite similar, right, in design, so why not? Okay, stop. Pace is there, it's great, it works. Use the tools that are available. I think we have to wait for NeoFetch. Distro specific Archcraft. Archcraft is using a personalized NeoFetch configuration. Switch to the default NeoFetch to use this tab. Delete the Okay, like I said, right? This is probably best served latest or lost. Pacman, package manager, is one of the most important things, right? Do we want to get stuff in from ArcoLinux? Now, if you say no and no and no, what happens is you can't install the desktop, right? I want to install Dusk. Sorry. let's do dusk. Install. Another test for PyChem. No problem. Now what I should check out, Eric, is sudo pacman -remove. PyChem is installed. Yeah, and the other one is gone. So that's the solution I found. I'll adapt the text for Archcraft. So this is all available. You don't want to have chaotics. No, don't have chaotics. And you do updates. No, doesn't work. Sudo pacman. No, doesn't work. Sudo pacman -syyu. Then chaotics is gone, right? Just a line that's gone. An easy way to tell the system, forget about that repo for now, because I'm updating and doing things and don't want to see it. Okay, so that's here. If you have your own custom repo, you just have to type copy paste, like enable the Nemesis repo. That's one of my own, right? It's enabled now, but you can also copy paste anything from anywhere as long as you have the code. And what's the code? Code is simple. Yeah, you know this, but okay. Quick. ATC pacman.conf. 3 lines, that's all you need. Something like that. Copy paste that, and it's gonna be written in the pacman.conf. Okay, nothing special to mention. This will change your world, right? Enable HBlock. Your internet experience will be different. All these pop-ups and trackers and advertising is gone. The same applies for a plugin or an extension for Firefox. It's now installed and you're more protected against all these rubbish things. Services is something else. Let's see, active, inactive. So Avahi is active, so no need to install anything. Okay, uninstall. That means you can't go to the other computers in your network. So if you want to go and have a look on the computer somewhere in your house, right, then you want to install Network Discovery. Some people have network attached storage where all the data is, but it doesn't always work, the configuration. So all of these 15 that we've visited, if there is something different than the Archlinux one, then we put it up and drop down. So you see with what nsswitch.conf, it is /etc nsswitch.conf, it says here, up here. You see what works, simple as that, right? How to get it. This works for our users, apply selected nsswitch.conf. So the old one is overwritten, and yes, there is a .back file on your system. To get it back, reset to default nsswitch. Samba is a more technical kind of thing. It's like third year informatics, that you learn how to share things with Windows and then Linux and maybe Mac, all together sharing files. So in your home, 5 computers, 1 computer has a Samba server, and you want, with the other 4 computers, you want to connect to the Samba server, put stuff on there, delete stuff on there, share configurations, share photos, videos, whatever. So there's this thing. It's explained up here. I'm not going to go into detail because it's lots of video about Samba, but just going over the process. Install Samba, easy. Apply selected Samba conf. Create a password for the current user. A pop-up should come. Alacrity should be there, and you type in, my password is Eric. Voila. So if I want to connect to this computer system, I'm going to look around with Thunar. There's network. I find it, and he wants to know the login. I say it's Eric, and he wants to know the password. I say it's Eric. And I'm in this particular folder, shared. And that's the simplest thing to do. Other options are these guys, where you say right mouse click on the download folder, share to, and on the music folder, share again, and on the etc. You know, sharing per folder. And here it's a created folder that's shared, which is my preference. Then I pop something in, I move something to the shared, and I get it, delete it, and done. So that's your Samba that you can restart if you want. It will only work if you reboot, right? Like I said, go check out all the videos I've made on Samba. Bash is not active. Look at that. Okay, ZSH is active. Okay, ZSH is already installed. How about ZSH completion? Don't think so, right? ZSH is now installed. Okay. Maybe I should check on the text. So this is a mental note for myself for later when I'll rewatch the video. Is it possible to add here that ZSH completion is also installed? And this is not installed. When I click here, the same applies here, that it automatically updates is installed. And on this one, maybe it's not possible in the code, but we'll see. So all of this is now installed. We still need to restart ATT to look at that. Aha, what's that here? Okay, so this guy, I need to solve that one as well. ZSH theme. Did I rename it? I've done so many changes, thousands of changes. But now I get more and more in control of the app. So, already installed. This is the text I would like if you click the button. Is already installed. All good. And now we choose the color, well, the theme. You can apply the you apply the ZSH theme. Okay. Something should happen. Okay, so that's the button. Fine. We'll figure that out. It's about not being none. It can't be none, it says, but it is not none, my friend. So I'll figure it out. And that means that you've changed your theme, basically. So if you go over here, you can see all the things. And one of the lovely ones, well, let's not go there, but it's called Jonathan. Well, I've said it. Now, we've agreed here that fish is not installed. As you see here, fish is not there as a choice. Extra is what we want to install more. If you want to have a look at the ZSHRC from the Tweak tool, or if you want to set it back your own. So I haven't touched anything yet, so it's still very much Archcraft. But if I want to have the ZSHRC from the Archlinux Tweak tool, now it's applied, then we can have up all. I don't think up all will work because we need Paru for that. But extra, expect, ripgrab, Paru. Let's just install all these applications that we use in our ZSHRC, fish, and bash. So voila, all these packages are very interesting. Rate mirrors is there to probe something, right? So just figure out what's it all for. That's the fun. And then, yeah, then we were going to go here to this little thing. And if I say up all now, it all works again. Even I say rip, it works. Even I say big, it works. So Firefox is the biggest, then Linux, then GCC, Linux firmware, and so on. What's the biggest package on my system? And all the other keybind aliases. That's that. Bash on it. Install bash completion. That's not installed. Now we can install our own, reset it if there was something. And if there was something, it's the pure Arch, which means nothing. And then we apply, and it's important if you switch Lxdm, right? If you switch, enable, and if you shells here, enable or apply bash. So yes, because it's not active. And then you need to logout, super X, logout. We're still on Lxdm, I see. And then Control T, we're on bash. And big and rip and up all, right? They're all there because I clicked on the button ATT configuration. What aliases do we have? Those. Now, one of the most practical things are npacman, for example. This opens up pacman. There's no need to use an Archlinux Tweak Tool to go and change things. And ns switch. This is what we use to move to the NAS folders. Delete it, change it, it's easy. There's even log files, lpacman. Give me all the logs for pacman. What have I done lately? In pacman, this is what I've done lately. Q out of it. Are there more L stuff? Yes, a lot of more, but just alphabetically, it's up here, right? We have stuff for Lxdm to install themes and all that. But here is the Lxorg, and that's the old one. lpacman, lcalamares. If he has it, let's see. lcalamares. Permission denied. Sudo lcalamares. Command not found. So probably not there. var log. Or it's protected, right? var log. So if you're using the Swiss knife of Calamares, you can tell it to save things. This one. But the problem is now how to open this thing. I don't think these will work. Oh, no, yes, no. That doesn't work, yeah? What I use is pacman -s sublime text, but I don't think it can open it either, because it really is protected by a right mouse click, open as root. Permissions, right? It's all about permissions. I gave mine easier permissions so I can access it. Voila, that's your Calamares. So if you want to see what went wrong, why did it install that this much packages, and what's and voila, this is it. This is your why. The question on the why is here. All right. Bye, bye, bye. I'm doing super Q, right? Bye, bye. Control Alt T, Eric. How long have I been making this video? 1 hour. This is my max. I'm not finished yet. There are exceptions, right? So we've done all that. We're at the terminals. Your XVT, you set it manually in X resources. We have Alacrity. This is Alacrity, but there are so many themes, and you can set them like this in a terminal. So install Alacrity themes. It's called Alacrity themes, but there are so many, right? And you go to Control T, Alacrity themes, and then you select bum, 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 bum. So arrow down, I'm doing, taking something dark, enter. That's it. It's applied. And there are like hundreds of them. So have fun. If we have XFCE, not sure if we have, it's already installed, nothing to do. You can also remove it or install XFCE terminals, extra themes, I mean. We can remove it. Let's test all the buttons. No errors. Look at that. This is a bit bigger. And then termites, which is probably one of these months, probably 23, and the year 23. We'll have to let it go. It is still there, it's out there, but right, not being developed anymore. Some themes, and we've made so many, and we put so many energy into making themes for termite. Too bad. And you can apply a theme, and you run termite. Remove, remove, and we're out of here, right? We've clicked on anything and everything. This has to do with NeoFetch as well. And the NeoFetch we have is, well, determined by Archcraft, not by this tab. Let's first navigate through, hit this, apply theme. That's something I should check out. I have been changing those lines, that's true. Let's see why that is. i3 is not installed, so desktop, install i3, go. And Pygame is there, all installed, he says. Okay, and then we have Qtile, install. Has been installed, Lxdm, install. And then we have these commands, right? Let's include that as well. So left theme, Lxdm theme update is basically what I'm now doing. Lxdm install db nemesis, which is my default. This might take a while. It's gonna go to GitHub. It's gonna git clone things. So it depends on how fast is GitHub. And then we apply it. And that's it. So next time I'm on Lxdm, I'll get that theme and we'll enjoy it. Okay. That's all about the aliases that are coming from here. Shells. That one and that one. We were at the themes. We wanted to see reload sometimes shows up these things, but mainly not everything, right? Because we need to go and have a look again at the user share X sessions. What's in there? So that's the error. Let's show it again. No, did we not have an error earlier on? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna check. i3, hop up, and then we apply. Toggle the polybar. Apply theme. Okay. Let's do again like this. Toggle polybar. Voila. Kill all. Why can't we kill all? Check out as well. And apply theme. Lxdm. This is db nemesis. I've set that, but I can do more. But this I rather not do this here because people won't know what's going on. But basically we're doing exactly the same things, right? Update, install, and all the aliases I've used. Don't want to have Docky. I want to have not sci-fi either. This one. Install. All right. Qtile. All right, done. Adding some users. Test, 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 test. Apply settings. We got the user test that we can remove immediately if we want. We can keep the home folder, that's this one, or you can remove the user and the home folder, that's that one. So that's working too. Leaves us NeoFetch. NeoFetch. and archcraft is used. Switch to the default NeoFetch, use this tab, delete. So what we need to do is, where is NeoFetch? Here. Best thing to do is just keep backups. Always keep backups. Voila. When I press Ctrl-Alt-T, what's NeoFetch doing? It says I don't have anything. And it's making its own. And there it is. Now, this NeoFetch is beautiful, right? It's no problem there. But if you want to use this one, let's see here, small, apply NeoFetch. Let's do this, go, voila. We got this, something is working, good. So small, it does not exist yet. So it's gonna give you always an Archlinux. So if, and that's a NeoFetch thing, right? github.com/NeoFetch. Well, that's not the correct URL, but you know what I mean. And if the small version is never given to the developer of NeoFetch, we'll use the Arch, because in the end, it's all Archlinux. So use normal, apply your NeoFetch. Then you get this one again. As you see, these lines are longer, so it is working the way I like it, the way I want it. So this one is a no-go, maybe. The selection things you want to have is all, normal, small, or nothing. Nothing might be nice as well, right? Why not use nothing? Your choice. And if you use no backend, then you have really nothing, which is also good. Why? Because it might be your choice. Small, lolcat, let's see if that works. This is not a slow switch. This is installing 10-15 packages that require lolcat. And then we can apply the NeoFetch. I got this. Okay, we need more lines, right? Then we take normal, apply your NeoFetch. Beautiful. So voila, NeoFetch is not that hard. Must have been mistaken with another distro, because we have now 15 to support. Just saying in general, right? Sometimes there are, well, the application NeoFetch is changed. So there's a different kind of NeoFetch, not the one that you know from Archlinux or that you know from AOR, but really changed to provide a nice logo. So if that happens, you need to go back to the standard NeoFetch. Beautiful. Super Q, right? Super Q, Super Shift Q if you like, Super Q, and Super Q, Super Q, Super Q. And one last thing, 1 hour 30 minutes. So you can say nothing at all here as well. So NeoFetch the content, and here's some fun stuff. And let's go in here, Ctrl-T, nothing at all. And then we have screen fetch. Did you know there is something else? Ctrl-T, screen fetch is installed. And here you see that the application screen fetch has no idea where it is. And then it shows a little penguin, which is quite nice. No problem with it. ALCI, maybe you don't know that one. So some of these things will work and some of them might not. Again, we require the ArcoLinux repositories, because these things, some of those guys, ufetch Arco, is really for us. It is the ufetch button for Arco. Ufetch, command not found. Yay, ufetch. That's the default application. And as you see, there's a lot of ufetch things here. can play with. And then, well, yeah, use other stuff. DistroTube, have a look at his channel. Lots of interesting stuff. And this is the thing he uses, the color scripts. So each time you go somewhere, Control T, right? Control T. Super Q. Hopla. Nothing faster than the tiling window manager, right? I think I've said it all. I have some work to do, which is cool. I like to work and I like to share the knowledge. And I hope you like the Archlinux Tweak Tool. And in a few hours, there will be a release with all the fixes that we've seen here. All right, cheers.